Sean Spicer's exit from the Trump administration, it may have seemed smooth and nice on the surface, but there were many, many issues. And many people think that people are leaving the administration because it's hard to work with Donald Trump, which could be further from the truth. That's just not correct. Sean Spicer left because of, he pretty much pissed off Congress. It all started, during the transition. We were in Trump Towers, me, Trump, Alex Jones. We were working the phones, spreadsheets, computers, setting up the inauguration. A lot of work. And then Sean Spicer comes in and he's like, there's no gold in Fort Knox. So we're kind of like, okay. He's like, there's no gold in Fort Knox. And we're like, yeah, we know. Well, what's in there? Liquor. He's like, liquor? Who's liquor? I'm like, for Congress. Have you seen those people drink? They need a lot of liquor. And they need a secure place to store it because they only buy the good stuff. So then he was like, what happened to the gold? Well, they spent it on the liquor. He's like, really? They spent it on the liquor? I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. They actually moved the gold from Fort Knox to Area 51. So no one would mess with the gold, but they couldn't put the liquor there because it was too far away. Fort Knox is, not a short drive, but it's closer, and it was secure. So that's why the liquor's there. Because between the staffers, the mistresses, the lawyers, excuse me, that's a lot of people, and they all can drink pretty heavily. Go to one of their parties, you'll see it yourself. So he's like, well, I don't believe you. I'm going to go. So Trump was like, okay, I'll call Obama. He called Obama and said Spicer's going to Fort Knox. Just let him in. And Obama was like, fine. And so we thought that was the end of it. And then come inauguration night, everyone's partying, everyone's happy. And one of the parties, all of a sudden, Spicer shows up. And he is drunk as a skunk, pickled to the last gill. And so he's in there, and I'm there, and people look at him, and he's trying to get another drink, and they cut him off. And so he left, and people thought, well, he's just going to another party. He comes back with this brown bag, takes the bottle out of the bag, and it's the congressional liquor. He stole a bottle of liquor from Fort Knox in the congressional stash. Even had the congressional seal on it. Didn't even have the decency to hide it. And so, of course, all the staffers and lawyers, they start whipping out their phones and taking pictures and videos. Next thing you know, I get a call from Trump because actually now everyone's texting him, all Congress, all 535 of them, texting, calling at the same time. So he calls me. He's like, you know what Sean Spicer is? I'm like, yes, I am looking at him. Is he doing everyone says he's doing? Yes, he's down half of the congressional liquor bottle. He stole a bottle of liquor? I was like, it appears so. What are we gonna do? I'm like, get the Secret Service out here. Let's get him out of here. Get the Secret Service up here quick. So they got the Secret Service up there. They tried to confiscate people's phones. They threatened people with, prison time, Gitmo. They shared everything, but stuff got out. And next thing you know, Congress was just on the warpath. They could not believe he stole their liquor. And he should have known better. You don't still go in some place and steal their liquor. And so for the first year, it was just all about get rid of Spicer. Get rid of Spicer. The pressure. The pressure was so bad. We didn't know what to do. And finally, we had to call him in and say, so this is too much. This is why Congress was blocking all of Trump's initiatives, even though it was Republicans. People think it was a Democrat-Republican thing. No, it was not. It was because Spicer stole the liquor. If he had done that, more of Trump's initial initiatives would have gone through. And they told him, until you get rid of him, we're going to deny everything you sent us. And so finally he called him in, and Spicer realized what was happening. And he left on good terms. Well, as good a terms you can leave on in that situation. So, it was nothing we could do, but people think, oh, he left because Trump is hard to work with. And it's no, Trump's easy to work with. The problem is when you go around stealing people's liquor, people are gonna be mad at you. So, he's gone, and some other people left, but I just want to set the record straight. It's not working with Donald Trump that's the problem. It's these people's actions while working with Donald Trump that gets them in trouble.